Hi, you guys, welcome to tunaitaje Beyond the Class. So basically tuna get to know more about students huku and in future maybe lecturers wataingia na staff for Zitech. So leo tuko na the one and only Madam Joy. Karibu sana. So maybe unaweza jintroduce, taja kwa unafanya huku Zitech.
Okay, my name is Joy Gatwiri. I'm a student taking digital mass media and digital communication bachelor's, and in my final year 4.2, probably joining my attachment on April, as well as a digital storyteller on YouTube. I'm a content creator on TikTok. You can find me on my social media handles. Itsgiddy will give them to you. Okay, in YouTube, I'm a Kiocha Ilicheshi. That is my channel. It is actually growing because I've only posted one content. I'm working on my second one. On TikTok, you will find Kiocha Ilicheshi as well. And on my personal page is Joy Gatwiri. Instagram, Joy Gatwiri. Facebook, Joy Gatwiri.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sawa. So tuingie ndani ya hii maneno. So kile tunafanyanga hapa ni tuna rewind back to primary school. First of all, ulizaliwa side gani za Kenya?
Yeah, I was born in Laikipia County. My birth certificate indicates that I was born in Laikipia. But what my mother used to tell me, I was born in Lamu.
Lamu hii ya Mombasa hii.
Yeah, I was born in Lamu. And then probably time yenye na grow up to an extent ya kujielewa sasa ni mimi, I found myself in Narok. Yeah, that is where nilijikuta sasa ninajielewa mimi ni mtu. So I was in the hands of my father. So we were living in Narok town. And I went to my first primary school in Eole Gule. It was called Eole Gule Primary School. Then I went to playgroup, and then when nilifika class 1, nikatolewa hiyo shule nikapelekwa Kofi Annan. It was called Kofi Annan. It was a private school.
Why? Mbona unaweza tuambia reason?
Reason being my father got a well-paying job. So he had to transfer me to a better school. So upon nikachapa class 1, 2, and then I realized, I used to ask my father, where's my mother? And then he's like, they had issues with my mother. So they were to part, okay? So my mother went with my firstborn sister and left us, the younger ones, to my father. So probably we were left, the two of us. Then the second born went to live with my grandma, my father's side, and then me, I was left with my father. Now it happened that my grandmother, the mother to my father, died, alikufa. So after kukufa, nakuja kurealize, so I have a mother. My father, I how kids can be annoying sometimes. Hey, where is my mother? And then he doesn't want to recall these things. He would actually use the idea that, you know what, yeah, your mother is dead. So yes, I grew up to class 2 knowing that actually my mom was dead.
Now the siblings, did you know the siblings work?
I knew my siblings. I knew I had siblings because one was with my grandmother. My father's mother, that one that had died that time. So huyo nilikuwa namjua. So I knew I had 2 siblings, but the other one that went with my mother, I didn't have a clear idea of how she looked like, but I knew she was there. So
ni siblings wako ni all ladies ama kuna
all ladies? All ladies.
Oh, my sisters tupu.
Yeah, I have 2 sisters.
When you're
I'm the last born. Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Now, so tuingia po primary. So class 1, class 2.
Yeah, class 2 sasa ndo my grandmother atakufa, my father's side. So inabidi mom akuje burial. And that is when I noticed, whoa, so I have a mother. Hey, I wouldn't judge my father and accuse him. Maybe he had his own reasons. As I grew up, I was judging him and complaining. But as I'm growing up, I would reason as sometimes it's better to forget about a person. It's better, to let them go and you don't have anything that reminds you of them. They had their own issues. I don't know what were the issues. So when my mother came for the burial, he found me, she found us actually. Then it happened that she had to take us now. Now, what, because she knew that my father could not accept akuje na sisi. So she had to use an excuse that I'm going with the kids and then you'll come back later, we go to settle in Laikipia. That's why my birth certificate reads Laikipia. My story is very funny, very funny. Nilienda Oelegule kwanza and then nikaenda Kofi Annan, was an academy. After kutolewa hapo na mom, tukakuja Meru, tukakuja Laikipia, a place called Timau. If you've heard of a place called Timau. Then my mom akatutafutia shule. Ilikuwa inaitwa New Vision. It was an academy also. It was called New Vision. Mtu wangu nikasukuma, mimi nimesoma shule kama 100 and for no apparent reason. So kutoka pale Vision nikasukuma class 4, 5, nimetoka 2, 3, 4, 5. Kufika class 5. Kufika class 5. Jamani, ati sasa my mom had to ali transfer your job, kabidi tuteremke Meru. Sasa place yeye amezaliwa. Mtu wangu kuchenjiwa shule tena. Rift Valley. Kutoka Lamu tunakuja na bado hatujazunguka sasa tufike Nairobi. I have traveled a lot but it was not intentional. Nilikuwa tu najipata. So venye turudi Meru nikapelekwa inaitwa Gatwiri primary ya uko sasa kwa shusha yangu. Now my mother's side now public school. Nikafika class 5. Nikafika class 6. The school was performing poorly, so I had to go to another public school that was performing better. So nikapelekwa Mariene primary school. So hiyo ndo shule ambayo I hold most memories because hapo nilikuwa najielewa at least and stuff. So the most memorable part of that school is I was in music. I was so much into music and drama and I was once the soloist. I was the soloist kuimba music fest. Unajua venye mnaendanga fest kushindana na mashule hivi. So I was the soloist. So it happened that hiyo ndo kitu sijawahi. It is actually hurting. In us, I gave so much effort into music. So ili happen sasa mimi nikakuwa soloist for that time. I soloed that song, ikatoka shule zilikuwa za area. Tukatoka shule zilikuwa za area, tukaenda county. Venye tulifika county, ilikuwa inaenda number 1 na 2. I recall we were number 2, our school. Do you know those teachers sold that song?
Wacha. Wakauza to another school.
Iliniuma mpaka leo.
Wakauzia shule nyingine.
Imagine.
Na hiyo shule iliuziwa ilikuwa hiyo number 1 ama ni just a random school?
Ni just a random school because of the reputation they have. Because they have the need that a public school cannot sing, cannot host drama festivals very well, and music festivals very well. That incident, hiyo ndo nakumbukanga. Again, I remember another one. Nilipatikana na letter.
Love letter. Primary. Ulianza hii maneno mapema.
But I was in class 8 that time.
Yo, sorry for the interruption. Najua mna enjoy hizi contents nawekea hapa hivi, but mko na swali? unajisikia vile ku create content kali kama hizi, content ziko na quality safi, well, Zetech University media course got you covered. Unaweza kama learn stories za video production, video editing, camera operations, na kama pia ni msewa broadcast journalism, unaweza kuja learn stories za kuambelea camera, ku read news and all that good stuff. So unaweza fanya hivi, kama uko interested, unataka kulearn hizi stories za media, kuja hapa Zetech University Ruiru campus, fika pale kwa reception, waambie nataka kujua more about hizi courses za media, and then watakupanga. Alafu tukishamalizana nao unawaambia bedhe na ni Itsgiddy amentuma, so wakikuuliza who referred you, waambie ni Itsgiddy ama Itsgiddy Creations. Na pia kuna other marketable courses kama ICT, engineering, social science, education, arts, na hizo courses safi. So come Zetech University Ruiru campus, hapa tu Thika Road, ingia pale receptions, waambie ni aje bana, nimekam kuinquire about hizi courses, and then watakupanga kwa course unaweza penda kuingia. Ana mna gani my friends? Remember by the ula mekorifani Itsgiddy ama Itsgiddy Creations. Sawa, see, can go back to the exciting content.
Nikapatwa na kabarua. Nimetumiwa na huyu jamaa alikuwa anaitwa Eric.
Because the same class ama ni
the same class 8, the same stream, the same class.
Na kama barua badala kuja tu
Sasa unajua ujinga ya primary honestly. So like he sent, na hiyo period kulikuwa na cases za relationships kila saa. Na unajua what was happening in our school then, ukipatwa na tuseme mimi na Gidi tumepatikana, mnaenda staff room, mnashida mmeshikana mkono, mnaendea wazazi kama mmeshikana mkono, wazazi wanakuja, I swear ile aibu ilikuwa hapo. aibu ya kimataifa. So it happened, kila mtu mwenye alikuwa kwa hiyo list, because it was a list. Mimi nilikuwa na keti karibu na nani na prefect, so ali happen kuiona. Mimi nilikuwa nafichanisha sana because I was a bright student. I know it's not necessary, but I have to say it. I was a bright student. So it happened that nimetokea kwa list. So si teachers wanakuanga wame favorite sana wakijua wewe ni bright students. So they were like concerned, how comes Joy is in this list? So si nikaitwa, hey, I can act. Gidi I can act. Sasa mimi walai. And then I was like, okay, ilitumwa, but it's not my fault. I started crying, and then the teacher told me, I'm not gonna forward your name, but you have to assure me that whatever you are saying is true. So I sikuaibishwa because of okay, generally I used to top every other time. I used to top. So hiyo story kaishia hapo. Another interesting story, Aki, I was a noise maker. Mimi sijawahi nyamaza. See, you know that? You know some I'm a professional yapper. Like I can yap all day, all night. So I was this noise making person. So like it happened that okay, na kuanga na hasira. It happened that guy huyu prefect ananionea jamani. Mungu wangu. Kila saa Joy Gatwiri. Kila saa, do you know there is a time I slapped her? Juu ya hasira zimenipanda kabisa. But kitu yenye ilikuwa inanisaidia generally, I was a yapper, yet I was performing. Otherwise, singetoboa kabisa. Because I remember even that time I slapped her, nilipelekwa kwa depa. She was tough. Hakuna mwenye alikuwa anaogopa huyo mwanamke. She was tough. She was called Mrs. Motea. That woman alikuwa anapigana viboko.
Alikuwa anapigana like punishment zake zilikuwa kama gani?
Viboko za miguu, mikono. Sasa hiyo unatoshana hivi, wewe ni kakitu siju kadogo sana. So that time I went, she didn't beat me. She gave me a punishment. Nikaponea. So that was my best school. There are so many things that I can't recall at a go.
kutaka zingine waitishe part 2.
Itisha part 2.
Yes.
So it happened that tulifanya KCSE, of course. No, sasa mbona nasahau? Nimekumbuka. So after your scenario, another interesting thing that has happened to me, I big up that head teacher. He was called Mr. Mongeria. So it happened, we had a tour. We had a tour to go to Thompson Falls. Do you know he paid that tour for me? By the way, they are the most, I'm telling you, the most interesting things. You know, it's upon a person like akutole dhao tatu uende tour. Ni mtu tu, yani akona goodwill. And it's not like he even taught us so much. He just loved the fact that I was performing so good. And then he paid the tour for me. So big up to him. That one I couldn't forget.
Nice.
Yep.
So you did KCP
In the year 2018.
2018.
Ni nini?
KCP ilifanya 2018.
2017.
Primary. 2017.
Mbona unaniuliza hivyo? Nimezeeka hapa?
Class 8 2017.
Mbona? Ndio 2018 ikakuwa form 1, form 2 2019. 2019 bado corona 2020 hapo. Form 3 2021 ndo 22 nikakuja huku. Si umeona? Ina make sense. So ni 2017.
Grades ama unapata ngapi?
Max si kupita sana. Yeah. Kuliumana. Nilipata grade ya kunipeleka extra county school. Sikuenda national, stadanganya. It was an extra county school in Meru. It's called Gekorone Girls. Gekorone Girls. It is in Egoji, in Meru County, South Imenti. Yeah, I went there. Girls school. So it was a girls school boarding. Where?
First day kama form 1. So umetoka primary, one of the brightest students who go to high school.
High school, actually, I was not among the best. Hiyo na nitakuwa na wadanganya. High school, I was an average student. I was so average. Siku ya kwanza kuingia high school, si nimepelekwa na my mom na my aunt. Wamenipeleka shule.